everyone, Chivos here, back for another Football Manager 15 video here with Eastleigh, and it's the start of a new year where the Champions League will be involved in our life. So it's time to press on. We'll have a look at the basics. Finances, taking a bit of a hit last year, looks like they're going to take a bit of a hit this year. It's because we've got this bank loan, which is it's taking out a lot of money, and wages and everything is not bad, but I'll probably look to manage that a bit better in the future. I'll have to see what happens there with the club. I will do a club review after the end of this year because it will be our 10th year in charge. So that will be what we do at the end of this year. But for this year, they've got a lot to look at. Competitions, alright? We got the Prem. Obviously, we're in the Prem. We have the Champions League best placed playoff. So we'll be playing against Porto. It's a big draw. They are a very good team. And if you do look at their squad, they have a ridiculous squad. You look at some of their players from here to here, is just incredible. All these guys. The main person I look at in particular is a 21-year-old Colombian who plays as a central defensive midfielder. He's a bit of a worry. And you look at Thiago Ribeiro, 23 years old, quality right back. So Porto are going to be a massive struggle for us. English FA Cup, we're expected to reach the 5th round, and the Capital Cup, we're expected to reach the 4th round, which then means we're now classed as a top 4 team. You check the board expectations for this year. Alright, the Champions League, we're expected to get to the group stage. Premier League, we have to be above mid-table. FA Cup 5th round, Capital Cup 4th round. Job status is not very good because we're not on that much money. Squad harmony, the squad are happy. Wages, they're happy, but I could make it better. We have a lot of fan transfer reactions down here. Alessandro Mintulo, the fans are unhappy about him leaving, because if you do have a look here, they've done well to get 300k, and they're happy. So all these are good transfers. Karamoko leaving, they're happy about that. Randy Nanana, they reckon it was good for him to leave. So we got a lot that's happened. And on the ins, there's a bit, and unfortunately, they want Galuzzi to develop because they reckon he'll be a good player in the future. But what's been happening? What's happened on the run-in? Alright, so we started off the season not too bad, I'd say. We had a 3-2 loss against Hoffenheim. They scored late. We had a 2-1 win against Hertha, so that was not bad there. We had a 1-0 draw with Werder Bremen, that was not bad as well. And a 3-2 win against Bayer Leverkusen. So the way I see it is they were all televised, so there must have been something going on with us going to Germany, because they all offered us to go there, and they all offered us money. Then we played against US Quavilli, and we beat them 8-0, a big result there. And then we played against Marlow, where we had a 5-1 win against them. So a good pre-season. 4 teams in the Bundesliga we played against, and we had 2 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, so I can't complain about that. But what you want to know is, what have I done? What have I done? And that is the question. As you can see, there's a few things going on here. By transfer history, a lot has gone on. So I suppose we'll have to go in. As you can see, we've made a bit of money. We've also spent a bit of money as well. So let's have a look at what we've done. James Burnett out on loan already. Youth prospect, could be alright. I don't think so. Friday Nabe, he spent a decent amount of time at the club. 25 years old now, just not good enough for Premiership level. If he could find himself a way into the Championship, maybe that's where he belongs. Casey Palmer's left the club as well. You know, this guy was good. This guy was with us for a while. Played a decent amount of first team football with us, especially in League 2, League 1, but he didn't make it in the Prem, so it's time for him to move on. James Cragen, another friendly face, someone we had for a very long time. He was a bit of a revolution that we bought, or we hoped, for the Championship, but once again couldn't make it at Prem level. Evgeny Zic has left as well. You know, he's still playing for Belarus, but just couldn't find his feet in our team. Just couldn't do it. We couldn't fit him. Now, one of our big names, Samir Hrustanovic from Bosnia. This man, you know, he was a bit of a revelation. He had a good season with us, his first season in the Championship. 40 appearances, 14 goals, 7 assists. You know, it's time for him to move on. Unfortunate. Randy Nanana, this guy is a good player, but he's not good enough for our level anymore. It was sad to see him go. I did have a bit of a love for this guy after our life in the Championship, and honestly, I'm disappointed that he had to go. But we got what we needed out of him, and he's done a very good job. Lee Whiteman has also left, as you can see. He was once again not a very bad player, but no, he just couldn't fit into the team anymore. Spent a lot of time with us in League 1 and the Championship, but step up to the Prem was too hard for him. Neil McAllister, you know, this guy was a big prospect for us as well. He couldn't fit anywhere in our squad. He played for a while. You know, I probably shouldn't have let him go, looking at the financial fair play, the homegrown, sorry, considering he's been at the club. He would have been at the club for 3 years, so he didn't make the cut anyway, but he's a good player, but not good enough for our level. He's gone on to Warsaw, so good job. I hope he plays well. Eros Castelletto, the Italian stallion, the big man. He left on a free. You know, he came in at Sky Bet League 2 from Juve, and he carried us for a very, very long time in the middle of the park. But the Prem was too much for him, so he's gone to Carpi. And the first sale we made, Alessandro Minatolo, left to Como for 300k. You know, this guy, I bought him in on a free, loaned him out for a season, and made a 300k profit. So I'm very happy with that. Quick, easy money for nothing. Alright, Jerome Baptiste is someone who's gone out on loan. I'll show you him in a minute because we've actually bought him in. Renato Valeos has gone on loan. The young Argentinian centre back, who've loaned him out just so he can develop a bit more. He doesn't have a work permit either, so we've had to give him a bit of a run somewhere else. Elliot Sly's gone to Dorchester. You know, another one of our apparent prospects, but I don't think he's ever going to get anywhere. But good to see him out on loan. Alright, Luca Quadidemo, I'm not going to show you him, and Diego Guesio, I'm not going to show you him either because they're both new players. And Alex Bamba has left to Malmo for 240k, and you look at this guy, you think, yeah, this guy's not a bad left back, you know. He's not bad, he's only 19 years old. What's the problem? The problem is he couldn't get a work permit, so I had to let him go. As you can see, we had him for 2 years before he could get a work permit. We bought him for 135k, loaned him out for 2 years, and sold him for 240. So we made a bit of profit off him. He was just a player who wasn't to be. But the ins, the new faces of the squad, and this is where we want to focus because new faces. First one, Michael Perry on a free. You look at this guy and think, wow, not bad. He's 19. Physically, he's excellent. Mentally, he's great. Technically, lacking, but he's got 5 years development in him. This guy could be a big player for us in the future. As you see, we bought him from Bayer Leverkusen. We actually played 3 years of first team football, and you think about it, at the age of 19 to play he's been playing first team football in Bundesliga since he was 16. This guy needs to play. Right, we brought in Eric Barbier. I'd assume he's French, Barbier. This guy's a centre attacking midfielder, not quite fully developed. You know, 22 years old, 2 years left or so of development, but this guy, just hopefully make a quick sale out of him. Got him on a free. Alright. The big name from Real Sociedad is Hesse. You're like, who's Hesse? Hesse Rodriguez from Real Madrid in real life. He went to Sociedad and we picked him up on a free because they decided not to renew his contract. So here you go. Look at him. He will not be playing the attacking right mid. He'll be one of our primary strikers for the year. And what a guy this is. His physicals aren't bad, his mentals aren't bad, but the technicals is what I'm looking at. The dribbling, finishing, first touch, free kick taking, long shots aren't bad. The passing and the tech. This guy is on a whole other level to what we've had. He hasn't been a prolific goal scorer for a very long time, but hopefully he can rejuvenate his career over in Eastleigh. Jerome Baptiste is one of the guys we sent out on loan. We got him on a free from Montpellier. He's also a French youngster. This guy's also another striker, 19 years old. Hopefully we can get something out of him, and for some reason he's transfer listed when he shouldn't be. We don't want to list him. But there you go. Jerome Baptiste, another youngster. Hopefully we can get something out of him in the future. Alright, we did spend a bit of money. And it does sort of hurt me to say that we spent a bit of money because, you know, I like holding on to the money. I do. I like having money there just in case. But it's time to show you him. Marco Asensio, everyone. The most reputable player we have ever had at our club. And if you just stop and look at his stats, the technicals, look how many standout technicals he's got. Mentally, he is such a good player. Physically, he's lacking a little bit, but you can't go wrong. I don't think you can't go wrong. Bit of a backstory behind this guy. Lot of time in real life. He's actually at Arsenal. They've just bought him for 1.4 million. Alright, spent a lot of time on loan, and then Arsenal couldn't fit him, so they sold him off to QPR for 3 million. Not bad. Played 13 times, then was bought by Borussia Mönchengladbach for 5 million. Only played 3 games there, moved to PSG for double what he was worth, and then moved to Chelsea, played 3 games, and got sold to us for 6.5 million. The funniest thing about his 15 million transfer is the fact that he actually only played 8 games for the club. It works out he got paid about £1.2 million per appearance is what they paid for him. So a bit of a problem there for them, but what a player we've picked up, and I think we picked him up, 6.5 million. The next one, Ander Herrera, pretty basic. Everyone should know who Ander Herrera is right now. Manchester United player. We just got him in for a bit of a backup player. You know, mentally he's excellent, physically he's lacking, technically he's still not too bad, but had a big career and was let go by Man United. Unfortunate for him, but we've picked him up. Next one, Pablo Mendes. We picked up from Benfica. How much did we pick him up for? 5.5 million. And look at him. Defensive midfielder, can play centre back, can play central midfield, but this guy will more than likely be our defensive midfielder, just because of the fact, you know, he can't play as a centre back because he's too short. He's only 172 centimetres. Defensive midfielder, Chilean international, very, very good player. But yeah, we've got pick him up from Benfica. They bought him for 12 million off Fluminense, but 5.5 million, can't go wrong there. Happy about him. Right, I brought in 3 youngsters now. These guys are just prospects. They could be good, they could be bad. Right, the first one from AC Milan is Luca Quatidamo, 475k. So a bit of a risk on this guy, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. At the age of 17, if we can develop him well for 3 years, this guy could be a good centre back, and hopefully he can prove his worth. I reckon he's a good player for most Bannerarm Conference at the moment. Potential to be a decent Premier Division central defender. We just want to train him up for some homegrown in the future. Diego Goseo from Juve, also another 17-year-old. This guy's a centre midfielder. This guy looks a lot better than him. Just another young prospect, hopefully we can get for the homegrown rule. He's already been loaned out to Morecambe. And as you can see, They don't reckon he's good at the moment, but a decent Premier Division central midfielder in the future. The last time we bought him was Edu from Corinthians. Only 65k for this Brazilian, age 19, so he won't get the homegrown rule. But still 4 years of development for a central midfielder. This guy could become good in the long run. I'm not 100% sure. And as you can see, never really played football, so a bit of a risk, but that guy's not pricey. The other two, a bit risky, but there you go. When I do the end of 10 years special, I will show you every player in a slight bit of detail. If it takes 2 episodes, then that's what we'll do. That's the transfers round out for you, and I guess it's time to move on to the squad. So this is what we're going to be playing, right? If you check the tactic right now, we got the 4-1-2-1-2, or you could call it a 4-4-2 diamond narrow. And it's quite interesting. I don't really like this tactic as a whole, but we need it to work. I know it sounds bad, but I don't want to have to play Mendes as a centre back. I don't want to play Asensio as a central midfielder. I want them to stay in this formation. This is how I want things to go, and this is how I plan for things to stay. But we need a right back, which is a problem. Matt Doherty's getting on a bit. He's not as good as what he used to be, so hopefully we can figure out something there. But yeah, this is the tactic. So see what we can do here. Ruben Blanco in goal, Doherty, Duarte, Baumgartner, and Johnny at the back four. Pablo Mendes in the central defensive mid role. We have Ander Herrera and Yu Higuchi lining up in the middle of the park, with Marco Asensio being the centre attacking midfielder. Tammy Al-Badri and Jerome Sinclair are more than likely to start the season. Hesse is slightly unfit, but Hesse will get back into the squad hopefully as soon as possible. Stefanovic is out injured. We've got a few players unregistered, but this is how we're going to line up today. So first thing we want is Hesse in the lineup. We want Galuzzi in as well, because Galuzzi is a bit of a surprise, but he's developing quite well for the million we picked him up for, and he's good to come off the bench. Replacement for Asensio, but can also play in the striker role. George Green, great in the middle of the park, so he will be playing. He can also come on as a sub, as a striker, so we'll gladly have him. Degenak been whinging a bit about his first team football, but he's going to have to deal with it for now. Owen Harvey wants to start games. I don't want to start him games, but I might have to today. Matt Doherty. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll leave Matt Doherty there. Yagata not playing as well at the moment. Fellaini, Cilia and Candy Yaja all just not looking good. But this is how we're going to line up today. Bookran is still our second goalkeeper. He's not going to get anywhere. He's average, so I will look in to bring another keeper as well. But this is how we're going to start the day. This is how we're going to play the game. Let's push on. Sinclair, Al-Badri are leading the line for another year. Sinclair had some bids from Atletico, and I wasn't letting him go because they only wanted 15 million. I thought, well, I spent 6.5. He turned around well. He was in form. Give me 20, but they wouldn't give me 20. They also put in a bid for Baumgartner, and Baumgartner was worth 8 at the time. I said, give me 20, you can have him. They said, no, we're not giving you 20. And Burnley have just been promoted back into the Prem this year on the save. So hopefully we can get a result against them today. That's what we need. It's not looking good at the moment. They're looking pressurising, but there you go. But yeah, theoretically, Burnley are relegation threatened. So we need and expect a win today. Whether it happens or not is another question, but I have faith. We've rebuilt a little bit. I'm still looking at bring in a few more players. I want young players that are going to be worth not too much money, but will be worth it in the long run, you know. But here we go, got a bit of a build-up. Sinclair plays out to Harvey. Will he get there? Or just into Al Badri. Can't find it. Herrera, what's he going to do? Asensio, show us your £6.5 million. He plays back to Johnny. Al Badri, front post, OP, goal. Tammy Al Badri opens up his account for the start of the year. Can't complain about that. Here's Asensio. Johnny, great ball in. And there's Al Badri. Just go straight to him at the front post. Burnley should have been marking him a bit better. But, you know, I'm happy we started the season well so far. Al Badri's opened up the account and you can't go wrong. Here's Mendes. Sinclair, will we be opening up again? Sinclair gets around 2. But Fraser Forster comes up big. Luke Garbutt also playing at Burnley. Baumgartner out to Lawrence. Will they have the counter attack here? Patterson, Higuchi though, and Asensio. That's the end of that highlight. So another threatening chance. It's about a 50-50 game right now. We are still playing counter, but that will probably change in the future. We do like soaking up pressure, but then coming back on the counter, and it's been working. You know, we've done well in the Prem. Europe was a bit of a failure last year. Hopefully we can get through the Porto games next for the next part of the Champions League, which will be the group stage. But we'll push on into the second half with the same team, which is what we've done, and obviously no highlights. The first bit of the second half. But here we go. We got something building up. Sinclair, Asensio, Herrera, Al Badri over the top. No, he's Asensio. Good playmaker. Al Badri finds Johnny. And Sinclair opens up his account for the year as well. So both of our goal scorers from last year have banged in one at the start of the season. So I can't complain. I've kept them. I've given faith, and look, the faith has been paid. Just goals like that. Goals like that. The faith's been paid. Here's Mendes, Asensio. Surely not another one. Sinclair. He's just running like a mile, and ooh, big shot there, but can't go in. So Jerome Sinclair looking good today. And Norwood, big ball in. Oh, not too bad clearance. Solly, come on boys, get the counter. This is where we. Oh no, I was gonna say this is where we play really well, but they've turned around. But Johnny's collected. Higuchi. Send it out, Johnny. Send a Sinclair on a run. Asensio, find him. Sinclair, come on, go yourself. Go yourself. There you go. Oof. Again, Jerome Sinclair is on fire at the moment. He's looking so confident since the end of last season. Johnny's picked up a knock, so we are going to have to make a change. We will bring on... I think we'll bring on... I'll tell you what, we'll bring on Deganek, and we'll put Duarte out on the left. Play Deganek down the middle, and I think while we're here we'll make another sub. Asensio had not a bad game, but Ander Herrera's looking a bit tired, so George Green can come in and have a run. So we've still got 20 minutes left in the game. It's a bit of a long live comm, I am sorry, but you know, we're trying to do what we can. Start of a new season, had to explain everything and what that has turned out to be. So 80 minutes on now. I'll tell you what, we're going to take off Tammy Al Badri. He'll be playing a big part for us this year. We will introduce Hesse Rodriguez and see if he can get a goal. Now, I don't think he will. It's probably a bit late to be bringing him on, but I just want to let him get used to English football before I put too much pressure on him, because I know later in the year I'll be relying on him a lot. And here we go. Luke Garbutt, ball in. Surely the ref will blow the whistle, and there it is, 2-0 against Burnley at Silver Lake Stadium. So I don't know why we're still at Silver Lake Stadium. I'll have to question that, but there you go. We go fourth after the first day. Tottenham have lost 2-0 to Aston Villa. But Johnny's out 4 to 5 days. That's not too bad. Alright, the main thing I want to look at though is why are we playing at Silver Lake Stadium? Sorry. Let me just check the club. Silver Lake Stadium. Why are we playing at Silver Lake Stadium? I don't know. Our new stadium has been built, hasn't it? Yeah, we've built a new stadium, but we're not playing there. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But I might join you for the Porto games, the first leg, second leg. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe Man City. We'll figure out where we're going to meet you. But my name's been Chivos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on another Football Manager video.